let's get this road on the show. Come on, Hez, what are you doing? Press play, man. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What's going on, man? What are you doing? Scrambled eggs? With cheese in it? Are you putting cheese in it? Yeah, put some cheese in it. Yeah, you know how I like it. Oh, we're on the air! Oh, crap! Alright, hold on, man. Seriously, press play, man. Quit fooling around.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for your favorite game. Who's that douche-canoe?
Oh, yeah, man, I know this one. It's easy. Barnaby Jones. Thomas Jefferson. Ohio, man. It's scary. Ohio. Who is it? All right. What are you talking about? Are you saying boo to Betty Buttcrack, man? Betty Buttcrack is one of my main staples in my stable. When I'm out pimping, man, she's number one, son. You dig? Oh, yeah. The dudes, they love her, man. They try to get more all the time. They love that stuff. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Hello, and welcome to the show. Hezokuai in his throat. Damn hippie. All right, what is it? Who is first? This black. Oh, no. No, we're not having any of that. The shocky time? What are you talking about, man? I'm not even there yet. He's not gonna have me putrefied, is he? Oh, dang nabbit sandwich sauce!
Ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart Night was first. Hey, Blackheart Night, here's your happy dance. Let's go! All right, yes. Paul Cole said, yo, my peeps, your hood. What did David E. Persons have to say? Well, let's find out, shall we? Did you know that many frauditors actually passed the bar? They got lost, so they went back for some pretzels. They lost the bar, so they went back for some pretzels. They passed the bar. I get it. They walked past it. I get it. David E. Persons, Blackheart Night. Who else is here? Paul Cullen, yo, my peeps, your hood. Yes. We got $2 for News No Dumbass is not here to save you. Time for your jolt.
What? What do you mean he's not here? Oh, come on, man. I knew it. See, I knew when I saw Blackheart Night was here that I was finna get tased, you dig? Am I hip or what, Hess? Ah, crap.
All right. We love it. Where's my, hold on. I feel like, what the, this These kids, man, this is something else. I just found a random screw. Okay. Happy Easter. Anyway, thank you so much, Highway Star. Thank you so much, Blackheart Knight. I didn't even see Highway Star here today, actually. That's different. I hope they're okay. Him and Tiny, they usually come in a group. You know, they're together. Terry Barnes, what's up? Good morning. God bless. God bless you. Taze Voodoo Gutterman, Taze Voodoo Gutterman, Taze Voodoo Gutterman, Taze Voodoo Gutterman Zap. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Society Red, say good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, too. Kings 2000, good morning, all. That's everybody. That's all of us. Let's see. David E. Persons, Kingston 2000. Nightmares Adventures, good morning. Good to see ya. Madonna Rogers, what's up? Hey, Cody, how's it going? Chuck, all right. Son of Ramen Egg, let's go. Edward Kendall, let's get it. Yes, all right. Good morning, everyone. Carolina, Fort Worth is in jail. And DMA lied about why. What a surprise. There he is. Highway Star. All right. I was worried about you for a minute when I didn't see you this morning. I know the weather's been taking a turn. I'm like, man, I hope they're all right. All right. So anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Oh, my goodness. So, I don't. Dang, damn it. I'm going to sip some of my coffee. All right. Oh, man. I'm trying some different stuff with this new desk. I don't know how it's working so far. So, I've been seeing so much. There's been so much stuff going on. Eric Martin. We've been following his story since he first came out, and we realized he was, initially it was just a random Sobset video, but it turns out this guy just keeps going back and going back and going back. He can't stay out of trouble. So the latest, most recent update, if you guys remember, Eric Martin got out of prison, immediately the first thing he did when he got out of jail was went to the place that his bond condition said he couldn't go and got arrested and thrown back in jail. So then yesterday, apparently, or at least yesterday is when everyone posted it, when the actual court date was either yesterday or the day before. But so yesterday, these videos starts making the rounds. Eric Martin in jail. And I'm going to show the video in a second. We're going to open the show with it. I'm going to do the Law Talk with Mike version of it because he was, big supporter of this channel back in the day. Law Talk with Mike, always shout out to him. Which days are the strangest? Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays. Oh, which day is the strongest? Saturday and Sunday, because the rest are weekdays. So anyway, yeah, there it is. Edward saw this. He knows what I'm about to say. So Eric Martin, he's in jail. I'm going to show the video. That's how I'm going to start the show. He's in jail. He's got a lawyer. His lawyer basically is telling the judge to let him go. That they should count time served towards, he explains it in the thing. But basically, he's about to go home. But because he won't shut his sovereign citizen trap He talks himself into staying in jail instead of being sent home. What an idiot. Let's check this out, guys. This is unreal. Like, your lawyer is talking you out. Like, he's about to get sent home and just talks himself right back into, you couldn't make this stuff up. I wouldn't believe it.
Your name for the record, please.
Capital E, lowercase RIC, of the capital M, lowercase ARTIN, family, a private living man, one of the solvent people.
All right, yeah, this is the pretrial conference. So are you Eric Martin, yes or no?
The living man has been known as by Eric Martin, yes, not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant, though.
So right off the bat, they didn't even start doing anything yet. He's up right out of the gate. Are you Eric Martin? I'm a living man. Yeah, well, obviously you're not dead. You're sitting here talking to me. Are you Eric Martin? Well, I mean, I'm not a corporate fiction. Are you Eric Martin? Ah! Lexi Ann's here, ladies and gentlemen. Internet God, I love it what Eric done with the place. Very minimalist. Of course, Florida Jim's here. Anyway, I stopped to say that end because we got a couple more jokes. We got Mr. Thomas, good morning, Hez and the Rash family. Who's Frosty's favorite ant? Antarctica. That's nice. Going well so far, yeah. Let's see, where is it? There was another joke. Oh, yeah. Why couldn't the little boy go see the pirate movie? Because it was rated R. All right, Society Red, welcome to the show. We're watching Eric Martin, about to be freed, talk himself back into jail. Can't make this stuff up. This guy's an idiot du jour. Ooh, Eric Martin, idiot du jour. That means idiot of the day. That's a good title for Eric Martin. All right, let's go.
Spell it.
He's also been known as Big Dummy.
Capital letter's name.
Yeah, you're Eric Martin. In
And by several other variations that I can't say here.
other words.
The living man has been known as Eric Martin, yes, not a legal fiction corporate entity, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Dillon.
Your Honor, I was recently appointed to this case. The prosecutor just sent me the discovery. Mr. Martin has informed me that he filed a couple motions with the court. I haven't had a chance to review them, but in discussing them with them, one of them I'd be comfortable just asking the court. I think I can do it orally even. Mr. Martin has been incarcerated for about 38 days now. And under the applicable court rule, on a misdemeanor case, if he's been incarcerated for 28 consecutive days, he can be released on a personal recognizance bond. I think that that's appropriate in this case. The delay in this case was not any fault of his or anything like that. It's just he's unable to post the bond. So I would ask that his bond be changed to a personal recognizance bond from, I believe it's the $1,000 bond that he has to post. Additionally, I just, like I said, received all the discovery and whatnot. I would need an opportunity to review that. If Mr. Martin would be comfortable wanting to argue his own motions, I have no problem with that. But I have not had a chance to read them, and I would like to know, I wanted to be able to compare them accordingly to the police reports to see what they were. But I do know that just based off of what he's told me, he's been incarcerated for, I believe my count was 38 days. Today will be the 39th day on a 93-day misdemeanor, which would allow for him to be released under the Michigan court rules.
Hello? Am I heard? No? Hello?
Yeah, do we have the prosecutor available on this matter?
He was just in here. I did tell him I would be raising this issue.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to hear from the prosecutor on it.
Wasn't there a contempt in there too, though? I don't know how all that works, but I would think that would have an effect.
Pardon?
He's in the main session now, Jeff.
Okay, go ahead and say what I got to say then, before the prosecutor gets a chance to say something.
So, yeah, this is on the Eric Martin case, charging as a misdemeanor domestic violence, originally
point.
placed on a personal bond. My understanding that he violated bond, and the bond was reset at 2,000 cash because he violated, I think, by having, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, contact with the victim.
Judge, Alex Springer for the people, P9 P865. Judge, it's the people's understanding that the defendant cannot go to that address and went to that address, and he was then taken into custody because of that address that he went to. He's not allowed to go to.
So, yeah, and so, Mr. Darren, you want to renew your argument about time period of being in custody on a misdemeanor case and why bond should be personal bond?
Yeah, Your Honor. Just I'll just briefly, as I did kind of let the prosecutor know, he's been incarcerated for, by my count, 38 days since December 17th when he was picked up. And he's now out. It'll be 38 days, 39 after tonight. The court rule states that after 28 days, he can be released on a personal recognizance bond. There are most of the reasons that it would be denied is based on some sort of delay that's attributable to the defense. I know he's had a couple attorneys, but there's always been the court dates have been set. So I think he would be eligible for the release on the personal recognizance bond.
You have something to say, Your Honor?
Just 1 minute, Mr. Martin.
See, this is exactly. Here's what I'm talking about. All right. This is why all of these guys are nuts. Okay. So, Eric Martin, we've been following him from day one, so we already know. Okay. Like this guy, right? What is a defense attorney's job, actually? Not according to frauditors, not according to sovereign citizens, but the reality. What's their job? Their job is to present the best legal defense they can for their client. And you can say ineffective use of counsel if they're not doing that. And you can work around that. And there's a system in place for that. But what is this lawyer doing? He's saying, look, the law specifically states that when you're in for this many days, then you can be released on personal recognizance. So he should be released, blah, 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 blah. Unless you can say that he did this, and this. The judge is actually considering it. Now, in a few minutes, Eric is going to bring up basically the same thing, but his sovereign citizen insane version of it. And we've been through this before with him 3 times, I think, so far, with him going through lawyers, because all of these guys, from the sovereigns to the frauditors, that's one of the things, like when Schrodinger's cat used to call Frauditors, Sovereign Citizens Light. That's one of the things that the Frauditors borrow from the SovCit script, is the idea that a defense attorney's job is do whatever I tell you, even if it has no basis in reality or actual legality at all. And if you don't, you're ineffective counsel, you're fired, you're useless, I don't need you. Eric Martin, what he wants a lawyer. This whole time he's wanted a lawyer. But he wants a lawyer that's going to say, Your Honor, you have no jurisdiction over the all caps name, or you only have jurisdiction over the all caps name. His name isn't in all caps. You have to let him go. You have no authority. In fact, you broke your oath. You're fired for treason. We're going to have you hung out in front of the courtroom. Go home. No lawyer's going to do that. No human is going to do that. That's insane. But if you don't do that, then the lawyer's not doing his job, because the lawyer's job isn't to put up the best possible defense for you. No, these guys think the lawyer's job is get you off no matter what, and to do whatever you tell them to do, no matter how illegal or wrong or nonsensical it is. They have to do it because you told them to. Arr! And they're not doing their job if they don't do that. This lawyer's doing a great job of making this argument. But what happens? Does the sovereign citizen, does the idiot sit with his mouth shut and let this judge talk him? This lawyer is talking him out of prison. So are you going to sit there and shut up and let him do his job and get you the hell out of prison? This is Eric Martin, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't that smart.
Hear from the prosecutor.
Yes, Judge, the people,
Let's hear from Big Dummy. That's more fun. The prosecutor's going to just sit here and say something reasonable.
the victim has been sending conversation talks to the victim advocate, and the people would ask if the defendant is released on a bond, that the defendant would have a tether placed on the defendant, therefore that it can be rest assured that the defendant makes no contact with the complaining.
Oh, wait a minute, real quick. I'm sorry, guys, but Donna Ray is here for $5. Good morning, has a check. Good morning, Donna Ray. Great to see you. Thank you so much for the 5. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right. Thank you. Yes. What? Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. We got Zach Huff saying, nah, he's fixing to run. Yeah, he's not gonna. He's. That's the thing. They know that if they let him out, it's not that he's gonna run. That's not what they're worried about. His brother, who's there because his brother is the victim, they're afraid that he's going to do literally exactly the same thing he did last time. As soon as they let him out, he's going to go right to the place where he's not supposed to go. He's going to go right to the people that he has a court order not to go anywhere near. And when you watch at the end of this, that's basically what he says. The judge is like, okay, your lawyer said we should let you go, so we're going to let you go. And he says, all right, if you let me go, I'm going to go to that address. The judge says, no, that's the whole point. You can't go to that address. He's going to say, well, that's where I'm going. So what are you going to do about it? And he's like, well, then I'm not going to let you out of jail, you idiot. Oh, man. Yeah, this Zach Huff is getting kind of filthy. I don't know. And my mods generally tend to try and keep this PG, you know, so yeah, you got a wrench. Yeah, hit it. Yeah, for a second there I thought that he was just a new guy, but no, it seems like he's just gross. All right. Anyway, back to the video, guys.
witness in this matter.
All right.
I would also ask that he be restricted from wearing these shoes.
Yeah, did you want to be heard, Mr. Burton?
Yes, okay, now, I want to add, under, not only should, before we get to the bond issue, the case should be dismissed, which I did file a motion to dismiss already. The court probably just received it, because I sent out not too long ago, like last week. Anyways, under MCR 6.004, subsection C1
Oh, I think he knows. I think that's a big part of what's going on here.
6 makes it clear that I have a speedy trial right within 28 days. Since I've been in jail illegally over 28 days, this case should be dismissed based on a violation of my speedy trial right. And based on the court rule I just named off, I'll say it again, case everyone heard clearly, MCR 6.004, subsection C 1 through 6, that is the criteria that is to be followed for speedy trial time computations, not the normal excluding Saturdays and Sundays and legal holidays. But it's always been followed wrongly, but it's not, like I said, doesn't apply to speedy trial. So my right to speedy trial has been violated, the case should be dismissed. So I want that decided on first before we address the bond issue, because as long as that's granted like it should be, then the bond's no issue. But so once the decision is reached on the motion to dismiss, I just filed now. Then once the decision is on that, then I'll address the bond if it's not granted. But that's all I have to say on that for right now.
Okay, let's address the motion. Denied.
Yeah, Mr. Randall?
Yes, Judge, the defendant doesn't get the benefit of picking new counsel, and then when picking new counsel, reach a date where the case will then be dismissed. There's been, I believe this is the third or fourth defense counsel representing the defendant, and if it would be then in the court's time to dismiss this outright, then defendants would be able to set the ability to just keep picking new defense counsels, and once they get to 28 days, be able to argue that it wasn't a speedy trial and then have the matter dismissed. So it's the people's argument that the case should remain as charged, and addressing the bond again, that if the defendant is released on personal bond, but on a
I gotta talk to.
Okay, now, what he just said was, I was gonna say it's irrelevant nonsense. I've been in jail since the 14th of December. That's a fact, cannot be disputed. I've been in jail since the 14th of December when I was arrested by Taylor Cops illegally, based on no evidence, based on my brother's lying allegation that I sold him, which is all it is, it's a lying allegation. But anyways, the fact is I've been in jail on the 14th till now. It's over 28 days. The court rule again, MCR 6.004, subsection C 1 through 6 makes it clear when you are in jail consistently for 28 days, your right to speedy trial has been violated. It demands the case, calls for the case to be dismissed. Simple as that. Everything else the prosecutor's saying is nonsense.
I'm in this video and I don't understand how I got put here.
All right, we're gonna put you on mute, Mr. Kerr. This isn't.
Imagine the confusion for some guy who just clicks in and ends up in a video, and it's the Eric Martin hearing.
This isn't your case at this time.
I'm supposed to be the defendant or the plaintiff or whatever. Hello?
All right.
Nobody even talked to me. Hello?
All right, so thank you. Yeah, who's speaking now?
This is Kurt Martin, the brother.
All right, did you want to comment on this whole matter at this time, Mr. Martin?
No, I mean, no. I couldn't even I didn't even know that it was today, the court. Thought that it was yesterday, and And I was just called by the prosecutor that it's going on today. I've been hospitalized, and I'm now in a facility that's taking care of me. And so I don't have nothing really to comment about. I mean,
All right, very good.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
I just want to make sure I was that you can see me and I was heard, because there's nobody that like or something.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Kurt Martin. So, all right, I'm denying the defendant's motion to dismiss based upon his changing of defense attorneys. The delays appear to be to a great measure caused by him by violating his bond conditions and repeatedly changing attorneys. That motion is denied. I will allow a personal bond in the case of $2,500 conditional upon a GPS tether and preventing Mr.
Okay, so there it is. Right there. The judge says, look, and if Eric Martin understood what was going on, if he had half a brain, he'd pay attention to what the judge was saying. He's saying, look, your motion is dismissed because every time we set a trial date for you, you fire your lawyer, and then we have to push back the trial date. Then you get a new lawyer, and when it comes time for the pretrial hearings and stuff, you fire your lawyer. So then we have to set a new trial date. And every time we do that, you fire your lawyer, and then we have to set a new date. You're the reason why it's taking so long. But I'll tell you what. I'll let you go. All you got to do is wear a tether and not go to the house. Does he accept the offer? Of course not. It's Eric Martin. He's an idiot. Oh. And just like so much of what happens with all these soft-sits and all these guys, let's say for the benefit of the doubt that he's in the right. That he's just minding his own business, and his brother is actually the bad guy. And called the cops just saying, oh, he's trying to beat me up. Come take him away, just because he's actually the one who's in the wrong. Let's absolutely just, for the sake of argument, say that that's the case. Then when you get to trial, you present the evidence and you make the arguments to prove that you never did the stuff your brother is accusing you of doing. But at this point, because of his sovereign citizen stupidity, every time he goes to court, he does something else. And it's like, at this point, it's almost not even the whole problem that started all of this. You'd be locked up anyway for all your contemptuous behavior and all your vexatious litigation and all your other stupid nonsense that you're pulling in court. So even if you had the initial argument, you keep not getting to trial, which is the proper venue to make these arguments, not just randomly bring them up and say, hey, I'm not this guy, I'm somebody else. I'm a corporate entity, fiction, nonsensical, Buheimer, Stinken, Stagen, Flagenbagen, Dageshagen trust in your name, and you're the beneficiary of the stupidity of the dumb. Because that's what it comes down to. You know? Hey, you're the beneficiary of my trust. Which trust? My trust. You know, my trust. Which one? Where's the paperwork showing the trust and showing that you made me beneficiary of that trust? Well, no, I just did it. I just said it, so you are. Well, no, where's the proof on paper that I signed that you made me your beneficiary. Well, no, there is no paper. You know, it's just you're the beneficiary of my trust fund. What trust fund? Which? Show me the paperwork proving that there. Oh, no. Everybody has a trust fund. It's magic. It was developed by Harry Potter when he waved his wand. Boom. There is no actual paper trail to prove that this is real because it's not real. It's just a made-up sovereign citizen nonsense. Anyway, he believes in all that crap. But now he's about to argue that it's not his fault that the lawyers, that he keeps changing lawyers. And this guy is he's so nuts. So I get what he's saying because I've covered every single one of his hearings. And what happens is he doesn't literally end up just every time there's a court date, fire his lawyer to push the court date out. He's not literally doing that. What he's doing is what all of these guys do. Is the lawyer's coming to him and says, so how would you like to handle your defense? Yeah, I want you to tell the judge he's got to let me go because I'm a corporate fiction entity, nonsense, all caps, blood, Breinheiser trust fund stuff, E equals MC cubed times pi squared. And the lawyer's like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to go up to the judge and hand him a motion that's just random gobbledygook word salad that you came up with from some sovereign citizen website. And then he'd be like, well, no, that's what you have to do because I told you to. And then eventually the lawyer quits. So he isn't literally getting a lawyer firing him. What's literally happening is he's getting a lawyer, telling him to do this crap, refusing to actually follow any real law until the lawyer just can't handle it anymore and leaves. So it's not my fault, it's the lawyer's fault. They're the ones doing it. Yeah, but they're doing it because you won't shut your mouth and follow the law. Your idea of the law is some made-up crap that some sovcit sold you on Google. I think this guy just likes jail. The Donna Rogers, what's up? Why can't a nose be 10 feet long, 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Anyway, let's get back to the video, guys.
The defendant from going within 1 mile of the victim's residence or having any contact with the victim, as well as no alcohol or illegal controlled substances, coming to court when required, advising the court of changes of address or telephone number, and not leaving the state without the consent of the court, not to possess any weapons and or firearms. And we'll give you another date for court. That'll be, we're going to need an address for you or phone number, Mr. Eric, for that hearing. Or you can come to the court and get that date. Come to the court and get that date, Mr. Eric.
I have objections to, can I talk now? I have objections to your order now. Can I make objections now to your order?
I did not hear that.
I said I have objections to your order. Now, first of all, the in objection to your order, no deal is being attributed to me switching attorneys. That's false. Okay, I have not intentionally said give me this attorney over that attorney. Whatever they did, that's their what they did. You know what I mean? I told Slayton from the jump, yes, I want an attorney. Nothing is attributable to me. So the motion should have been granted, number one. Number two, even if you still don't grant the motion to dismiss like you're supposed to, I object to the bond condition. They violate my due process rights. I don't lose my due process right to be in my house. I've been living there for 32 years. The house I've been living at for 32 years, regardless of whether it's mine or not, okay?
Do you
Based on an
understand?
unsupported lie.
I understand your position, Mr. Martin. Are you telling me that you're unable to abide by my bond conditions? Is
That's
that what
right,
you're saying?
because I have no
All
other
right,
house to go to.
all right, Mr.
I have no other
Martin.
house to go to. And it violates my due process anyways.
Yes, so Mr. Martin is telling me preemptively he will not abide by those bond conditions. Therefore, I am going to change the bond back to the original bond and keep it at the cash bond because he poses a serious threat to the community. He's already demonstrated he will not comply with the bond conditions. And now he's preemptively telling me that he will not comply with the bond conditions I've just set. So therefore, your bond is remaining at what it was before, the cash bond. We will reset the pretrial conference and a notice will be sent out for that next pretrial conference. Same bond conditions. And
That violates my due process. I want to appeal this now. I want to appeal this to the Court of Appeals ASAP. It all violates my due process. It violates my.
All right, thank you. That's going to end the hearing.
Just cut his dumb ass off. I want to appeal it ASAP. Big to have a video emergency here.
All right, that's it. Anyway, that streams like over an hour, but that was just the Eric Martin bit was how it started. Oh my goodness gracious me, what a dummy. So the judge basically said, you're in jail right now. The judge basically said, you can leave jail now, today. They'll put an ankle bracelet on you and send you on your way. Just don't, all you have to do, you can go anywhere on the planet Earth. He didn't say your bond conditions are you can't leave the state. He didn't say your bond conditions are you can't leave the city. He didn't say your bond conditions are you can't leave the neighborhood. One specific building, the one where his brother lives, just don't go there. That's it. All the tether is there for is to make sure he doesn't go to that address. So out of the whole planet, he can go anywhere he wants. You let me go, I'm going to go straight to that house whether you like it or not. So there. Well, then I'm not letting you out of jail, you idiot. The hell are you talking about? That's crappy Crappadopolis. Poop caca. This guy's dumber than a box of rocks. Oh my goodness gracious me. Eric Martin is the gift that keeps on giving. I'll tell you what. We've had some soft sits that over the years that became legendary in their stupidity and how often, and Eric Martin is definitely on that list now because he just keeps coming back. A few weeks ago when I covered him, I had no idea he was just going to randomly show up in court again. But just like this, it's the same thing. Bond condition, don't go to this address. Okay, let him go. First thing he does is he shows up at that address and gets locked up again. I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now. What's the difference between a frauditor and a trampoline? You can take your boots off before you jump on a trampoline. Oh, you leave your boots on when you jump on a frauditor. Let's see. He's too lazy to find somewhere else to stay. He didn't have $100 for bail, so he obviously doesn't have money for a hotel. The way he acts, obviously he doesn't have any friends to mooch off of. I'll tell you what. Let's see. What an absolute idiot. Yeah. See. Oh wait. We got another one. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. This is nacho cheese. I love it. I don't like reggae. I love it. Hey, the Bears got a new head coach. He's from the Lions, and the Lions were doing great. So, what's the difference between toilet paper and the shower curtain? Don't know. So it was you. Honestly, Chef, I'm going to use that one on my kid, my older son, next time they come over. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to be like, dude, what's the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain? And he says, I don't know. What's the difference? So it was you. Oh, I'm going to use that. When two vegans get in an argument, is it still called a beef? Oh, man. Let me tell you something, guys. Right now, I'm looking because I got my little thing on my desktop that tells me what's going on outside. We got about 2 inches of snow yesterday. I could hear, like, going by my like outside, I could hear the snow plows and and the salt trucks. So that's going to be all cleaned up. It's 20 degrees right now. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy that it's 20 degrees. Yes. I work pretty much outside all day, and I am so looking forward to today. I'm not even going to wear my snow pants today, dagnabbit. 20 degrees. Well, maybe I will wear my snow pants because it snowed, and I'm going to be, like, in it. Joey Simpson, what's up? Do not accept a friend request from Hormel Foods. It's called spam. All right. You guys are the best. What's the definition of trust? Answer to cannibals. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee over that one. Supposed to get up to 32. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the high today, what is the high supposed to be? Hold on, let me look it up. Whether no, that's Walmart. What the heck? Whether or not. What's the high today? The high is supposed to be 20. It's 20 right now. I know it's going to get warmer than that. Oh, no, wait. That's. Give me the hourly, not the daily. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Next week is going to be nice. It's going to be in the 40s. I'm going to be out there with my shorts on. Let's see. Okay, let's get. Not right now. I want to see the weekly forecast. 10-day. Here we go. As you know, my computer is as fast as molasses on a snail. See, they're showing me every day. I want to see every hour. What's today's high 19? It's 19 now. You know it's going to get warmer as soon as the sun comes out. And these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. Why do stormtroopers make bad bartenders? They're bad at making shots. Yes, can you believe that we also had 2 inches of snow here north in the panhandle of Florida? Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I am an adult, but not on purpose. Is Carolina Fort Worth in jail again? Yeah, I saw Frauditor Troll did an update at that, but I didn't Edward says it was 20 when I woke up. Now it's 12. It's getting colder. Yeah. Well, you know what? Oh, great. So that's where we're at now. It's going to get colder this afternoon. And if a child refuses to nap, are they then guilty of resisting arrest? Resisting arrest? I love you guys. If it shows clouds moving in, it's possible it's not getting warmer. Yeah. Hey, Maggie K. Hello. Hez, long time no see. I'm freezing in Florida. Welcome, Maggie. So good to see you. Welcome to the show. I'm going to throw you a happy dance. Why not? All right. Yes. That's great. 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 Oh, man. See, that's awesome. It's 40 by me. What did I do to deserve this? To deserve awesome weather? I wish it was 40 degrees. I'd be so happy with that right now. I'd be like, yes, 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 yes. Happy dance. Wait, I got to do that right. Yes. So Carolina Fort Worth was ordered to film police from 35 feet. She broke that on a live stream, and her PO saw it. Oh, okay. So she broke her post. Her PO saw the video. Okay, 25 feet. Yeah. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. Wait a minute. I got a follow-up joke to that joke. I was reading a book about anti-gravity, and it was impossible to put down. Chuck Norris could put that book down. Dude, and it's funny, too, because a lot of people don't realize this. Maddie, I'm going to make everyone mad. The high today is 67 where I'm at. Shut up. Ow. Why doesn't Will from Frauditor Mania want to hear about deodorant? Because Secret told on him. What? Secret antiperspirant? I swallowed a dictionary. It gave me the thesaurus throat I've ever had. Thesaurus throat I ever had. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see. At the dawn of time, God said, "Let there be light." But what most people don't know is that he asked Chuck Norris permission to turn the lights on first. I didn't mean to grow up. My glands made me do it. Oh, man. Anyway, let's move forward. Where was I here? Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. Let's do some Black Heart Night. All right, all right, all right.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video takes us to an appellate court in Ohio with the frauditor / sovereign citizen known as Wild Man audits. And if you don't remember who this guy is, then here's a reminder.
Blah, 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 blah. Get off of me. I'm not listening. Josh. I'm not.
Civil sexual oriented protection.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
You suck. At any rate, he claims that he was not served properly and everything like that. And, well, he tries to argue his point, but he's pro se and he doesn't do a very good job of it, in my opinion. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
My name is Cody Henderson. I am the appellant, and I was the respondent to a civil protection order, which is the underlying case that is being appealed here. And the civil protection order was filed by a police officer who erroneously asserted that I had caused him and his family some type of threat. I don't know the specifics beyond that.
Let me just ask you, Mr. Henderson, in your brief, you stated that when they tried to serve you with the copy of the protection order, you said you declined to contract with the officers. What do you mean by contract?
I mean,
that's meaning he decided to go full Sovtard and use some script to try to get out of being served and everything like that, because Sovtards tend to believe that the United States is a corporation that only deals in contracts instead of it being a government.
I have the fundamental constitutional right to contract, to enter contracts, and to not enter contracts. So that means whenever someone comes up to enter an agreement with me to talk, that is a contractual agreement to speak to each other.
And where, pray tell, does it say that in the Constitution? Because I've read it plenty of times myself, and I've never seen it, because the Constitution in its articles generally goes at a macroscopic scale, trying to define what the government is. It really doesn't define what a contract is, douchebag.
I meant that I did not choose to contract with those officers. I did not choose to speak to them in any effect of the matter. And I think the key difference here, because a lot of people look at this situation and they think of it in a criminal context. In a criminal context, it would be different. The officers obviously would have probable cause of a crime being committed, which would allow them to detain me and to violate or temporarily put my Fourth Amendment right on hold while they're detaining me for the crime. Now, in this case, it's completely different because this is a civil protection order, so it must follow Ohio civil rules of procedure. Clearly, in my brief, I lay out the civil rules of procedure that apply, which is Rule 4.1, capital B2, lowercase a and lowercase b. Those are two separate subsections. Lowercase a states that the sheriffs do have the ability to come up and serve someone with civil process. But section lowercase b states if that service is refused, which I did, I refused it, then they must follow a whole different procedure, which requires them by law to send it certified mail, which they did not do. Instead, they arrested me for refusing it, which is—
In the citations you provided, nowhere does it say that you have the right to refuse the service. Furthermore, according to the citations you gave, they followed the procedure to the letter. They gave it to the bailiff to give to you. You refused it, and, well, you ended up getting arrested because, well, you started acting disorderly at that point, and that's just a plain fact of that matter right there.
It's not okay, and it's a violation of my constitutional rights, and a 1983 lawsuit is going to come from that, but that's a separate issue.
Mm-hmm.
The issue here is my constitutional rights were clearly violated by the people who claim they served me according to law. They did not serve me according to law.
Well, the trial court's record indicates that you're served. I know you're saying you weren't, but the trial court's record, let me finish. The trial court's record reflects that you were served. And there was a hearing where you could have raised the issues that you raise now on appeal, but you didn't appear for that hearing.
I didn't get notice of the hearing.
But you didn't raise that in your motion for new trial.
I did raise it in my motion for new trial. I raised the fact that I wasn't served according to law in my motion for new trial.
So there's a civil protection order, not the notice of the June 17th hearing.
I didn't get notice of the June 17th hearing, which came with the civil protection order. The civil protection order itself had a hearing date all attached with it, and everything with it. I didn't receive any of that paperwork.
That hearing was
And
continued and a new hearing was scheduled.
Trial. I raised the fact that I did not receive any mail from them. They sent the mail to the wrong address, and I didn't receive any of those notices. Furthermore, there's an affidavit that proves that and asserts that, and there's no evidence that can rebuttal it. Further than that, these officers are already caught on body camera, violating my constitutional rights and never serving me that paper. This same sheriff office has a body camera policy to have body cameras on when they're interacting with the public and doing business. So if they did serve me that, they would have to have recollection of it on body camera. Does not exist because they never served it to me. They arrested me, took me to jail, strapped me to a restraint chair, and tortured me because they think that that's the proper way to punish someone for not obeying their orders.
Oh, what a load of bullshit that's coming right out of your ass. I mean, good grief, dude. I have a video in my library of you getting served and then acting like a complete petulant, spoiled little brat of a child, putting your fingers in your ears and going, nah, 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 nah. And a link to that video will be in the description box below, as well as it will be in the upper right-hand corner if I don't screw it up in post-editing. And they did not torture you by putting you in that chair. That's a method of calming you down because of the way you were acting.
In relation to a civil summons, which is not okay, and that's not the proper procedure to law. Furthermore, I'll let the other side go, and I'll come back.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good morning. May it please the court. Mr. Henderson, my name is Ashley Hetzel on behalf of appellee William Jason Lawless. What's required by law for a civil protection order is the notice and the opportunity to be heard. Mr. Henderson received notice of the protection order and the hearing, and he had an opportunity to be heard at that hearing. That's what the trial court had in front of it, that the sheriff's deputies properly served Mr. Henderson with the protection order and the notice. At the hearing, Mr. Henderson, for whatever reason, chose not to appear. It wasn't until after the hearing had been concluded that Mr. Henderson called the court to let them know that he was running late to the hearing. Like I mentioned in our brief and just now, the hearing had already been concluded.
Can we actually consider the trial court's statement that he called after the hearing?
Objection hearsay.
This isn't a trial. This is just on appeal. It's just pure arguments. So she can make any presentation, include hearsay if she wants to. That's okay here.
Okay, hearsay is part of evidence.
Are you stupid or something?
Yeah.
I believe that the trial court was in the best position and it's within their discretion to consider evidence. And so based on what was in front of the trial
Well, but my question is, it seems that the evidence you're talking about was offered by the trial court itself in its decision. Is that an appropriate role for the trial court to play in putting that statement on the record?
We believe so. We believe that the trial court's in the best position to consider that evidence and the credibility. And it was also in front of the trial court that the service had been perfected on Mr. Henderson and that he had notice of the hearing and an opportunity to be heard at that hearing.
Okay. How do you respond to his argument under the B subsection that the officers, he says, didn't follow the correct procedure?
Mr. Henderson raised those arguments in his motion for a new trial that was filed with the trial court. And so my response is that the trial court, it's within its sound discretion to consider those, and the trial court chose to deny the motion for a new trial.
So what is your position as to what the police officers, how they served him? He's claiming that he refused and there's another procedure that wasn't followed.
My response to that is that the sheriff's deputies had returned the service to the trial court as being perfected. And that's what the trial court considered, is that the service was perfected.
So you're saying essentially that there was a document in front of the court that said it was properly served. He's saying on appeal that it wasn't properly served.
That's
But
correct.
are you saying that's not in the record?
No, it's in the trial docket number 8, is that the notice to serve was returned and executed on Mr. Henderson on May 21st, 2024 by the sheriff's deputies.
And then the burden shifts if somebody wants to challenge service. The person who's challenging the service would have to bring forth evidence that they weren't properly served.
Okay, the burden of proof shifts upon to the frauditor, and he has to prove that they had no contact with him on May 21st of last year. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at a screenshot of that. Let's zoom in here. Oh, looky there, May 21st, 2024. So you don't have a legal leg to stand on, douchebag.
Correct.
Okay.
Finally, I would just like to make the last point, because Mr. Henderson did begin to speak as to the merits of the civil protection order. And I would just like to point out that his opportunity to appeal the merits was filed, if at all, 2 days late. So he has foreclosed on appealing the merits of the civil protection order. And if the court has no further questions, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. First of all, I did rebut the notice from the sheriffs that it was served on me, and I did that in my motion for new trial because I didn't get the opportunity of the hearing as I should. And I think that my Fifth Amendment right and 14th Amendment right to due process has been clearly egregiously violated here, because I have not gotten the right to a hearing, and I proved that in the body cam footage that I included and attached to my motion to new trial. Which
You have to understand, when you motion for new trial is not challenging the service. When you're motion for new trial, you're saying you just want the opportunity to be heard, that you didn't commit these acts. So it's almost acknowledging that you got served.
Motion for new trial was me motioning for new trial based on the fact that the order was issued contrary to law, and I was just exerting my remedies as appellate courts generally recommend for people to do in the trial courts, is to exert their remedies before bringing something before the appellate court. So I did that out of honor of you guys. I tried to file this motion for new trial to have it dealt with on the trial court level, hoping that the judge would realize that there was an egregious violation made and there was a mistake made, and that he would give me the actual right to a hearing that I, as an American, have the right to. But unfortunately, he didn't do that. Instead, what he did is he responded with an entry that says that the court finds that the respondent was served according to law, despite his efforts to thwart said service. This is hostile language used against me. I did not thwart said service. I exercised my constitutional rights.
And the judge's description of what happened is quite apt according to the footage that was put into evidence and is available in the description box below. You did act like a spoiled, petulant little child when you were presented with the paperwork. You did resist arrest. You did catch a disorderly conduct charge because of your behavior that day. So it is quite accurate, dumbass.
To twist the words and act as if I am thwarting something by exercising my fundamental rights is egregious, and not only egregious, it's hostile towards me and prejudiced me massively. Furthermore, he goes on, and the rest of his reliance in the entire order is based on hearsay that he heard apparently from his clerk between a phone call that I had personally with his clerk. And with his clerk, this phone call did not say that. What I said is, I don't know when there's a hearing, but I heard from my current attorney there's a hearing in this case. Can you tell me when it is? She said, actually, it just happened 30 minutes ago. I said, can you get me together every record in the case? I'm going to pick it up in an hour.
Are you just making this stuff up? Because if that were true, then you could make a case for ineffective counsel. But given from what I've seen here, I really doubt that you had a lawyer to begin with. You're just looking for someone to scapegoat because you seriously screwed up your case.
Up there immediately, picked it up and filed this motion for new trial as quickly as I possibly humanly could within days. And I'm not an attorney, by the way. Okay. So the amount of work that I put into this is ridiculous. And really what I'm appealing here is I'm appealing this entry from Judge Bender here from the trial court that is completely based off hearsay. That's against the rules of evidence, first and foremost, for the judge to enter hearsay against me. For two, the judge entering his own evidence as the practicing of law, which is a violation of Ohio Judicial Rule of Conduct 3.1, thou shalt not practice law. You can't practice law from the bench. That's a rule that goes back all the way to the Magna Carta. So we can take this back to common law to the back of the beginning. But this is an egregious violation of my rights on multiple fronts, whether it goes to the sheriffs violating my constitutional rights when they didn't let me leave and they didn't let me refuse the contract and send it certified mail according to law. That's the first egregion of my constitutional rights. Number two is the judge acted with clearly contrary to the law because he introduced his own evidence against me, which is biased and prejudiced me directly.
This is such a crock of shit.
And he based his whole finding off of this thwart said service, this hostile language that he's using against me without any case law, without any citation to evidence. And as I said, I've submitted video that proves that I wasn't served properly. There's obviously prejudice by the judge. It's ridiculous what is in this order right here. I can't believe that somebody that went to law school wrote this, because my writings are far more intelligent and artful than to say someone thwarted said service by exercising their constitutional rights.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Never should I be seen as being thwarting a service by exercising my constitutional rights. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and if we don't have constitutional rights, we don't have law, period. So furthermore, I would like to cite Briars versus United States. It is the duty of the courts to be watchful for the constitutional rights of the citizens. And that's cited in my brief. And it's also been reaffirmed in Boyd. So Boyd versus United States and Briars versus United States emphasize the same exact sentiment, that it's the duty of the courts, the absolute duty of the courts.
Did you even bother to read those cases you just cited? Because, well, the first one that you cited, the Byers case, was a Prohibition era case having to do with moonshine. And the Boyd case comes all the way back from the 1800s, and it was about illegal contraband coming into the country, you freaking douchebag. Neither of these cases have anything to do with a protection order against you.
To be watchful for the constitutional rights of the citizens and against any stealthy encroachments thereof. This civil protection order, the order from Judge Bender, the way the trial court treated me and the way that I've not been given the opportunity of fair service is an absolute stealthy encroachment on my constitutional rights, on Ohio constitutional rights, my Fourth Amendment, my Fifth Amendment, my 14th Amendment, and furthermore, my freedom of locomotion when these sheriffs grab me up for no reason. So I think that I have every right in law to assert that I have the right to have this trial or have this case reversed and remanded back to the trial court, where I can actually get the opportunity to address my accuser, address all of this, address this order from the judge that is based off hearsay, and actually go through this according to law, through the proper techniques and the proper citations that has been founded through common law and has been supported ever since. And so I'm a big activist of the Constitution, and that's why I've been targeted here.
You suck.
And that's why this is all happening, is because I'm suing her client for $2.3 million for violating my constitutional rights. And the judge, Judge Bender, obviously doesn't like that, if you can tell by his order that uses hostile language against me, and that further uses hearsay as the only basis to substantiate the claims of why I don't deserve a new trial. Furthermore, I've clearly proven in my motion for new trial that for every other reason, I do deserve a new trial. So for those reasons listed and the reasons in my appellant brief, I'm kindly and respectfully asking this court to stand for constitutional rights, stand against stealthy encroachments as the Supreme Court has commanded, and to stand on behalf of the constitutional rights of the citizens and allow this to go through the court through the proper procedures. I'm not asking for a freebie here. It's still got to be remanded. I've still got to fight my way through this. I'm not asking for you guys to side with me completely. I'm just asking for an opportunity to fight this case. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
I'm done.
All right, thank you. All right, appreciate both of you coming in here this morning. We'll take the matter under advisement and we'll render our decision.
And this is where the video ends, folks. This is only part one of something else to come. I mean, he hasn't posted it yet, but I will be on the lookout for that. But it's my opinion that he did a piss poor job in representing himself in this particular scenario right here. Do yourself a favor and let real lawyers argue for you, because this was just pathetic. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking.
All right, so now here's obviously we don't know what's going to happen yet. The second half hasn't come out. But all the judges need to do, and he said several times, he said in open court on the record that he submitted video evidence, that there is no video evidence. That the body camera footage doesn't exist. The body camera footage that he submitted as evidence that there is no and once they see him going, no, you're not going to serve me. I don't listen to you. I'm a child. Thwarting service is inappropriate language against you, that you're going to file a $2.5 million lawsuit against someone for saying you thwarted the service. And then they watch the video of someone trying to serve you and your response going, no, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. How is that not thwarting service? Like, what's your argument for that? Oh, no, the definition of thwarting is stabbing him in the face while he's trying to hand me the paperwork. What are you talking about, you idiot? Why couldn't two ships have a romantic relationship? Because they're just two ships passing in the night. $2 million isn't as bad as Russia suing Google for 16. What is that? 16.0 sextillion? That much money doesn't even exist on Earth, does it? Can I sue that hippie for loss of brain function? In the time I'll never get back listening to his dumbass. I love the view from my porch and the wildlife. Oh, yeah. 2 minutes to the cupcake dance. Let's go. I'd tell you a joke about time travel, but you didn't laugh. Damn crows. Oh, thank you. What? Oh. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes. Hey, tiny chihuahua, there she is. The deer in the morning are beautiful. Oh, I love that. No, because you keep dropping me links to this stream that we're watching. Every time I click on a link, it takes me to my own stream. What are you trying to make me go Inception on you? I was going to make a joke about construction, but I'm still working on it. Holy crap, hammer sandwich. I'm telling you guys. It's almost time for the cupcake dance. I'm actually looking forward to work today, except yesterday at the end of my shift, like I get off at 5 and at like 4:30, my computer crashed at work and I couldn't get it back up and running. So I had to call the state because they have to send a guy out to work on it. So who knows what time he's going to show up. But anyway, it's too late now because it's time for the cupcake happy dance. Let's go. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages. Thank you for joining me once again. And as always, there she is. All right. Always good to have you here. Always good to have all of you here. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And as always, wait, is today Thursday already? Tomorrow's Friday. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Frauditor News Network rules has rules. We need an audit, right? Anyway, he works for Wisconsin State. It's a government job. He needs to be audited. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Try again tomorrow, Uncle Artie. It's too late now. Love and best wishes for everyone. I agree 100%. I love you guys. Thank you all for coming. Oh, yeah. I'm all fit up.